Every night, the cemetery keeper heard whispers coming from graves long forgotten. The whispers were like the rustling of dead leaves, a constant, eerie hum in the silence of the night. But this time was different. Tonight, the whispers weren't just random murmurs. They were shaping themselves into a sound he recognized all too well. One by one, the hushed voices from beneath the cold earth began to call out his name. The sound started faintly, a chilling caress against his eardrums, but it grew steadily, becoming a desperate chorus. It was a voice begging for help, a choked cry from deep beneath the soil, pleading and insistent. He knew he shouldn't, but an unseen force pulled him forward. He found himself walking toward the oldest part of the cemetery, to a grave so ancient its headstone was worn smooth by time. As he approached, the ground trembled. Suddenly, a rotten hand, its skin peeling from bone, burst through the dirt. It lunged, its skeletal fingers wrapping around his ankle in an iron grip. He cried out as it pulled, the sheer force of it yanking him off his feet. He fell face first onto the cold, damp earth, the smell of decay filling his nostrils. The terror was just beginning. All around him, the ground began to shift and break. Bodies, contorted and broken, started clawing their way out of their eternal resting places. Their eyes glowed with a malevolent red light. Their jaws hung unhinged, and their spines twisted into impossible shapes. These were not the slow, shuffling zombies of campfire tales. They were agile, predatory, and they were rising not to walk, but to hunt. Panic seized him. He scrambled backward, his mind racing for an escape. His hand brushed against the cold metal of his old lantern. An idea, born of desperation, sparked in his mind. He lit the wick, the small flame a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. With a desperate roar, he hurled the lantern into the heart of the emerging horde. The oil ignited with a deafening boom, and a wall of fire erupted across the graves. The creatures shrieked, a sound of pure agony as the flames consumed them, their rotting flesh melting like hot wax. But through the inferno, a new horror emerged. A colossal figure rose from the earth, its body a grotesque fusion of bone, soil, and gnarled roots. It was the Grave Whisperer, the source of the whispers, the master that commanded the dead with its voice alone. It let out a guttural roar that shook the very ground beneath him. He knew he had only one chance. He spotted a heavy iron cross marking a nearby tomb. He grabbed it, its cold weight a comfort in his trembling hands. Using the last embers of the fire, he set the top of the cross ablaze, turning it into a makeshift torch. With every ounce of strength he had left, he charged the monster, plunging the fiery cross deep into its skull. The Grave Whisperer let out a final, deafening scream before its massive form crumbled into a pile of smoldering ash. Silence fell over the cemetery, broken only by the crackling of the dying flames. He thought it was over, but as he turned to leave, a new wave of whispers rose from the earth. 100 voices, 1,000 voices, all calling his name. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below.